My definition of a pioneer would be somebody that leads the way for others, making a way that others can come after you.
Nice little pass fake there by Scott. Whips a pass inside, and Thompson finishes.
Being the son of a pioneer is a great feeling. At times it can be hard, but when you really focus and do what you got to do, there's nothing you really can't accomplish.
Down the right sideline of the corner to Dedman. Back to Scott in the lane. Up for the shot. It's good. Charlie Scott scores for the Tar Heels.
Charlie Scott was a freshman teammate of mine and a 3-year varsity teammate of mine. In addition to being a great college basketball player, a 2-time All-American and Olympian, he was the first African-American player of real note in the ACC.
It was 67, 68, 69, and 70.
Scott's turn around the lane. Oh, beautiful.
First African-American scholarship player here at the University of North Carolina, and was a tremendous, tremendous player. Opened the doors for other people, just like Jackie Robinson in baseball.
I knew I was the first black athlete to play, but I did not look at myself as a pioneer at that time. I was 18 years old. What did I know about being a pioneer?
I think Scott was the Michael Jordan of his time. There are probably 4 important shots in the history of North Carolina. Everyone knows about Michael's shot against Georgetown. The second most remembered shot was one that Charlie made against Davidson to put us into the Final Four.
Delaney back to Scott. Charlie's at the circle, up for the shot, and it's good! And the ball game is over. North Carolina has won.
I've always dreamed of my kids playing in North Carolina. And I had a conversation with Roy Williams.
I didn't think it was going to be very fair for Shannon to try to come to North Carolina, because everybody was always going to say, well, let's compare him to Charlie.
The way that their system was and the way the Ohio State system is, I feel like Ohio State was the better fit for me. I also felt like there'd be a lot of pressure if I went there. I'd have to live up to his expectations every day. Coming here, I could build my own legacy and be my own person.
Rather than to say that he's the son of Charlie Scott, here in Columbus, Ohio, I'm the father of Shannon Scott. That's the way it should be.
He just kind of threw one up there.
Coach Mata had drawn up a play for us to basically get a 3-pointer off, and he told me if my man went in for a foul because we were down by 3, just get it to the rim so we can get a 3-point free throw.
It's into Shannon Scott.
So I believe my man was coming in for the foul, and then he pulled back at the last second. I was already in the air.
Buckeyes are down 3. Shannon Scott, a crazy runner. That's no good.
My heart hurt for him, but I also felt like it's a good experience. Now you're going to hear the naysayers tell you, how dumb of a play that was and how could you do something so stupid. Don't get upset with those people. I'll give you an example. When I played in North Carolina and I hit the winning shot against Davidson, New York Times reporter said he went into a barbershop and the guy said, "Charlie Scott for president. Charlie Scott is God." The next week, Purdue beat us by 20 points. He went into that same barbershop and the guy said, "I told you how fail under pressure." So, those are the circumstances that you deal with. You're going to have the great highs, and sometimes you're going to have great lows. It's how you respond to those lows that establish what type of individual you are.
I really used that game as a teaching point for myself, and my dad told me every day after that, just don't worry about it. Everybody makes mistakes sometimes, but you really can just grow from that game. And I feel like as a player, my game just continued to elevate after that.
Shannon is playing right now at the highest level he's ever played at in his career at Ohio State. Playing he and Aaron together a lot, especially down the stretch of the late season last year, really gave him confidence. He's really settled into who he is, and I'm very excited to watch his next 2 years at Ohio State.
3 points, Shannon Scott.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Martin Luther King Day represents an opening of eyes of society. The March on Washington for blacks, I think, gave us the impetus to understand that change could happen. It was the beginning of the crack in bigotry and racism in America. My son, when I think of Martin Luther King Day, I think of when I was in college, and the experience I had is entirely different.
The most valuable player in the tournament, Charlie Scott.
My teammates, after the game was over, they would go to the sororities and fraternities, and I had to go back to the dormitory because I could not be with them. If they wanted to go out and eat, I could not go with them. Within the state of North Carolina, I was still a black guy that was basically trying to integrate a white society.
He's told me stories about a away game, and the fans would just boo him all the time. Only him, no one else on his team. They would throw stuff at him during the games, just talk bad about him the whole time. And then me knowing that when I go on away games, the little things that fans do to me, I don't really let it get to me now. I mean, I understand what he went through and all the troubles he had. I just think about, like, it's easy for me now. Back in his time, him being on the court with white players was frowned upon. So just knowing that everybody out there is truly a family, just a great feeling.
My son is now allowed to, when he plays, white fans stand up and cheer for him just as loud as they stand up and cheer for anyone else. He's allowed to enjoy all the things that the university has to offer as a student, as an athlete.
All right, come on, man. You know what to do. Come on. 4 minutes at a time. Call the first punch, all right? Let's go. Come on, we got to get back up, fellas. Pride on 3. 1, 2, 3. Right.
Good evening and welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where Ohio State will take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Kraft has a bounce pass taken away by Minnesota. Hollins with it down the lane. Andre Hollins layup good right of the rim.
They lead the conference in steals.
Dumps it low on the right block. Trey McDonald back to Smith in the lane. Drives and misses a dunk.
Got to convert that.
And he'll dribble into the lane for the right. Stop at the foul line. Underneath wide open Oceanix and he dunks it right of the rim. Down the middle of the floor goes Smith. In the lane, lays it up.
Buckeyes have missed golden opportunities here to finish and score. You look at Shannon Scott's stat line so far. Just 5 minutes, has not had any impact on this game. Buckeyes need Shannon Scott to start making something happen here.
Bounces Smith coming in from the left. Airborne dunk. Quick feed up court, Austin Hollins into the lane for the left. Oceanix dumps it right to the rim.
The Buckeyes should feel very fortunate that the game is tied. This is a big game for Minnesota, just trying to have a breakthrough, and what better way to do it against a top 15 team like Ohio State?
Matthew picks up his dribble, top of the key to Otto Oceanix, throws in the lane, Walker. Dribbles, turns, shoots low and right, makes it, and he's fouled, basket counts. Minnesota's lead, 43-39. Ohio State with the ball. One dribble, passes left point Aaron Kraft, and he throws a pass wildly away to Austin Hollins, Minnesota. To Matthew, left of the lane, into the paint, goes to the hoop, lays it in to Andre Matthew.
And this is a scary time for Ohio State. I mean, Minnesota's right now playing with a lot of confidence.
Nothing seemingly going right for Ohio State. Andre Hollins shoots a three, got it.
An important possession for Ohio State. They need to get some offense.
Aaron Kraft has it poked away and taken away. Austin Hollins brings it down the left side of the lane, layup good. And the Buckeyes are doomed to suffer their third loss in a row. As Minnesota will get their biggest win they've had in a long while.